you are into business, or if you are somebody who wants to do something of your own, or looking at that as an option, then these are placements that you should surely know about and also strengthen them in your horoscope. Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan. Once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. I promised to you that I'll come back every few days with some snippet, maybe a 3, 4, 5 minute of video about some area of life which you can easily go through it, easily run through the video, not spend too much time about it, and some very easy tips so that you can strengthen that area and know whether you have the dignity of the planets, the strength of the house to even delve into that area or not. So today we are going to talk about if you are into business, or you want to do business, or you want to do something of your own, working for self, then for that what are the specific placements that you need to see, what are the houses that you need to see, what are the signs, and what are the dignities that you need to see in a very short and sweet crisp video for you. So for example, to strengthen business, or if you want to do business, you need to see the dignity and the strength of these houses. Firstly, as usual, the second house becomes very important because it is the house of earning and livelihood. So whether you're doing business or if you're doing service or job, this becomes very important. But why this becomes more crucial for business is because it is fourth from the 11th house. The 11th house is the house of society, social masses. In a business, or when you're doing something of your own, you are reaching out to people with either your products or your services. So the masses become very important, the societal network becomes very important for you. So the second house being fourth from the 11th house, or in Kendra from the 11th house, becomes very important. Secondly, the fifth house becomes very important because the fifth house is the house of your interests, your hobbies, what you like to do. Normally when we are doing business, we want to do something in an area where we like to do something, or which we feel is a fruitful area for us, so we choose that. And because the fifth house is also the 8th house from the 10th house, it's a house of change, so it becomes very important. Thirdly, the fifth house is also the house of speculative investments. What is business? Business is nothing but a speculative investment, some sort of a gambling, you can say, in a way. Though in a positive way, we would say it's a speculative investments that you do. So the fifth house being very important for business, so the strength of the fifth house, strength of the fifth Lord becomes important. There should be no bad conjunctions or doshas or bad aspects on it. At least there should not be more than 2 malefics, malefic for the respective ascendant associated with the fifth house. One malefic associated with it where the fifth Lord is placed very well, still okay. Then the 7th house becomes very important because the 7th house is the house of partnerships. When you're doing business, you can't do everything on your own. You'll have to depend on somebody, maybe somebody who works with you or supports you, or looks at the marketing end, or looks at the support staff handling certain aspects of your business. For example, if you are into editing, or if you are into making software, you will have to have somebody who will go to the market or carry your case forward. So that 7th house becomes very important, more in a partnership. If you are in a partnership, it becomes very important. Then we know that the 5th and the 11th house aspect each other, give strength to each other. So normally we would expect these two planets to be in good strength, to be in good dignity in your horoscope, not placed in tough placements or in bad dignity, or maybe for example in debilitation. Even retrograde planets can cause trouble. Then the last thing, if you're doing something of your own connected to, say for example, the social media, then the 3rd house obviously becomes very important. If you're doing something of your own, for example being a chartered accountant, then the 8th house becomes very important. If you're doing something of your own, for example you're a lawyer, then the 6th house becomes important, and so on and so forth. So specific to that area, that particular house will become important. However, overall for business, The 5th house becomes very important, the 7th house becomes very important, the 11th house becomes very important, and the 2nd house becomes very, very important. Then which are the planets? Venus is very, very important for business because Venus means money, the moolah, the hard cash. And for business acumen, for making the right choices, for making the right decisions, Mercury becomes very, very important, the planet of analysis, the planet of educated decision, the planet of calculations, and the planet of accounting. So that's why Venus and Mercury become very, very important. If any other third planet is also associated, which is a benefic, either Moon or Jupiter, or a benefic for your particular ascendant. For example, for Taurus or Libra ascendant natives, Saturn becomes a very strong yoga karaka and also gives stability. So that should also be taken into account. So friends, now that we have seen how, if you want to do something of your own, if you are already into business, what are the strengths, what are the dignities of what planets you need to see, what houses you need to see, what specific areas that you need to see before you either jump into business or strengthen your business further. Please like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time, with some other video, this is the friend Astrologer and Guide Irfan signing off.